first began my YouTube channel, I had these dreams of what I wanted it to be. A place where video games refused to be serious, where games took the forefront and drama and ill will had no place. And I genuinely think that I've kept that premise despite the way we deliver that changing. You see, as a small YouTuber, we often spend time watching other YouTubers as ways to find inspiration for our own content. This was slightly apparent in my first few videos.
Flashback. What other game do you know where you can Jean-Claude Van Damme split, then punch Jason Voorhees in the balls so hard his head pops off? Nowhere. You aren't gonna find that in Street Fighter.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't as subtle as I thought it was. But yeah, aside from the delivery, you can emulate other things as well. When I first started out, I fell in love with a particular channel that seemed to be everything that I wanted my channel to be. The script delivery was top-notch, the camera work was sublime. I mean, there was showroom-style panning. It was great. And the editing, my word, this is where I get my passion for editing from. So I'm not here to condemn gathering inspiration. That's not something I would do. However, the whole plagiarism situation has really started to bother me. If you don't know, there was a YouTuber by the name of Boomstick whose review for the game Dead Cells was ripped off by Filip, the former Nintendo editor over at IGN. And yes, I do mean former. But we'll get to that a little later. You see, after finding out about the whole situation, I can honestly say that I was in disbelief. I had been such a huge fan of his from the day I ran into his channel up until the day I watched a Jim Sterling video explaining what had happened. I defended him when he decided to accept his job at IGN, the whipping boy of video game journalism. I defended him when he started hosting NVC, much to many people's very vocal dismay. You see, fandom isn't always rational. Neither is admiration to a point, which is why, despite having obvious proof, I wanted to wait for him to explain himself. And this wasn't just me. Many people had the same opinion of him that I did. We simply just believed that he was too nice a guy to do something like this. His old peers from his YouTube channel days took to Twitter to say that they were taking the wait-and-see approach as well. And while I still believe that he's a very nice guy, I can definitely say he did not handle this situation well. Like, at all. One of the worst things you can do in a scenario like this is come out on the defensive, especially when there is definite proof. There was a tweet by him that has been since deleted, basically comparing research to plagiarism, and all I remember is me just shaking my head. You see, in college, one of the first hints they tell you in English Comp or any research-based class is that plagiarism is a bullet that can and will kill your academic progress. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts, that is it. But this is all nothing compared to his video responding to the whole thing. You should seriously watch it because I thought that M. Night Shyamalan directed it. Like, I'm so serious. Like, I got a minute into it and I was genuinely confused as to why there were so many dislikes on this video. But eventually the video takes a turn and there were some general points of consensus among the comments section. Like how if you watch it, he never straight up said that he plagiarized. Or apologized to Boomstick for plagiarizing, which upon further review was pretty messed up. On top of this, he went after a journalist over at Kotaku. This part was clearly out of frustration. Still shouldn't have done it, but at least I understand why this part was in the video. You see, when you plagiarize, your entire body of work becomes subject to scrutiny. And that is something Filip should have honestly seen coming. Jason simply was and is doing his job, straight up. When your own friends are telling you to take down the video for your own good, you might want to consider it. But if you know anything about PR, there are only a handful of ways he could have actually approached this whole situation by himself. If I were Filip, I would have gotten out ahead of the story. If you're the first voice in a scandal, you get to steer the ship. This also makes any admission of guilt look a lot better because you get to ride the sympathy wave. But no, he didn't do that. And it's a shame because I really do think, once again, that he's a nice guy who was most likely feeling overwhelmed with his workload and needed a way to shortcut some of that work. He made a mistake. My takeaway from this whole thing is that at the end of the day, we only really know online personalities so well. They make mistakes and no one is above error. While I am disappointed in what he did, I can firmly say that he doesn't deserve everything that is being slung at him. Threats of any kind are unacceptable, especially against family. Like, what? What is that? That's horrid. Guys, it's not that deep. I don't know. The whole thing really has taken me aback as well. And you just gotta realize sometimes that people are human. It sucks, and I really do hope that he's able to bounce back from this. Obviously, in no video game journalism whatsoever, because I wouldn't hire him. To be honest, I can't in good conscience hire somebody like that on my staff. No, it's just not gonna happen. I don't know. I need a drink. Maybe a martini. Shaken, not stirred. I'm pretty sure that's protected under like parody law or something like that, right? Right?